What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to yet another video. I'm just gonna squeeze into my car real quick. Check it out, y'all. I got myself a new steering wheel. This is from AZA Auto Wheel. So I've been waiting on this steering wheel for nearly 5 months, and I finally got it. The reason why it's been so delayed is because their manufacturing plant is located in Ukraine. And as you guys know, Ukraine has been, dealing with a whole bunch of issues, and because of that, there's been complications. Now, a little bit of a backstory before I get into the details on what I've done to this wheel and the customizations that I've chose. So what happened was I designed a steering wheel, and it was all manufactured, ready to go, and it was supposed to be done and shipped out within 2 months. Now, if you guys don't know, a lot of these custom steering wheels are one of one. They're made custom by hand, which is why they take a few weeks to months to make. And after they made the steering wheel, it was meant to be shipped out, and the shipment was eventually sent out. The package, I don't know if it got lost or something, but the tracking stopped updating, and it was weeks and weeks and weeks, and nothing happened. So I think what happened was they had to remake the steering wheel once again from scratch, and it finally arrived. So it took double the time that it was supposed to. Now, this is a 2014 428i. It's an F32 chassis, and this is actually a M4 steering wheel from the F80X series. Now, typically, those type of steering wheels, at least from what a majority of people say, does not fit the F30 or F32 chassis, but AZA Auto Wheel has told me that it's actually the same exact mounting assembly, so it does fit. I even asked like a customizing shop that works primarily with BMW customizations, and he told me that you cannot put an M4 steering wheel on a 4 Series. They said it's completely different. I guess they're wrong, because clearly it does work. So now let's get into the details on what I've done. It's kind of bothering me that this thing is crooked right now because I parked the car and I shut it off while holding the wheel crooked, so bear with me here. So like I said, this is an M4 or M3 steering wheel from the F80 or F82 generation, and the diameter of it is slightly bigger than the OEM steering wheel I had. It does kind of make the steering feel a little bit lighter, not as heavy, but preferably for me personally, I like a heavy steering wheel. Now, in terms of the way it handles, I definitely like this one better. It doesn't necessarily change the steering dynamics, but it does feel nicer when you grab it. It has better grip, so in turn, it does feel better when you're driving. Now, what I did for customization, this center trim has like that slit in the middle. The M Sport steering wheel for these chassis are usually like covered over here, but this one has the slit, and it's in full carbon fiber. As you can see, this is real carbon fiber and the resin. Then we also have the controls. Now, I'm pretty sure these are used parts that they recycle, because when I was looking at the volume control, there's actually like a nick on top of here when I got it. And also these chrome pieces over here, I actually requested them to be painted in gloss black, which they did do on the first round on the steering wheel that I ordered. But I think for the second round, because they had to redo it, they forgot to do it, and I'm not going to press them about it. I know it's complicated right now, and they're trying their best. I would have preferred that they didn't forget to make these blacked out, because it would have matched and made it look a lot nicer. Now, in terms of the material over here, this is a perforated leather, so it has like holes in it for airflow, so you don't sweat all over your hands. Oh, I did hurt my hand, by the way. And then on top of here, the top and bottom is a black Alcantara, kind of like a suede material. Feels amazing when you hold on to it, but my only concern is that this is going to get really gunky and nasty in a few months. And then we have a leather center stripe over here. Now I didn't want to opt for that LED shift light thingamajiggy, because I feel like it would have been annoying if it's constantly like flickering as I drive, especially at night. I don't want this thing blinking every time it's shifting or revving up. So I opted for just a stripe instead, which looks a lot cleaner. Of course, we got the M logo down here, the airbag, and I'm gonna black this out. I have black decals that I'm gonna put over this. Now, the paddle shifters are also custom. I told them I wanted long paddles, and I wanted them to be painted in a gloss white, and I have the plus and minus for the shifting in gloss black. But yeah, this thing looks freaking amazing, I gotta say. It matches all the trim that I've done with the white vinyl wrap and the white seats. The black and white is just such a clean colorway. Now, if you guys are interested in getting a steering wheel of your own from AZA Auto, just know that it's kind of on the pricier end. This whole setup because I had to get the steering wheel and the actual airbag, because my OEM airbag isn't this shape, it's like that big one. This whole setup cost me nearly $2,000, so it's pretty expensive. You know, you could have got a whole new set of rims for that, but I spent $2,000 on a damn steering wheel because I wanted it so badly. And every single thing was customized. You know, even the white stitching on here, I told them I wanted the white stitching. Now, they do have some pre-made options you can pick from, which might save you a little bit of money. It's like maybe $900 to $1,000-ish if you buy a pre-made one without the airbag. But if you start customizing every little detail like I did with the stitching, the material, the paddle shifters, yada, 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 it's gonna definitely, you know, rack up in price. But I think it's totally worth the money because it just looks amazing. It feels amazing. And you know, a steering wheel is what you drive with. You know, it's one of the most important aspects. And this is one of my favorite mods that I've ever done to this car. Now, a little bit of another side note. This car is pre-configured with the paddle shifters. If you have an F30 or F32 and you're planning on getting an aftermarket steering wheel with the paddle shifters, you have to make sure your car actually is compatible with it. The way you check, I think the easiest way is if your original steering wheel had paddle shifters, then you're most likely your car is configured for paddle shifters. Now, if you don't have paddle shifters on your OEM steering wheel, you have to check under in the passenger side. You got to open up like the footwell area to see if you have that cable. I do have an airbag warning because my aftermarket seats, but not for the steering wheel. So that's just a little review and featuring my new steering wheel from AZA Auto. This thing looks freaking fire. I'll put their information in the description below if you guys want to check them out. But with that being said, it's been your boy RickyMoto, or F32 Panda. Peace out.